So today I am going to demonstrate how to use a Niddy Noddy. And I have a traveling Niddy Noddy that I like to use. It comes with disassemblable parts, and when I put it back on, I have to make sure that I am setting the crossbars so that when I look straight down, it turns into 4 squares instead of just 2 halves, so perpendicular to each other. Then one way to start the Niddy Noddy is to make a slip knot and put it across one end of your bar. And then you go down and you loop the yarn around the outside of the bars. And essentially if you imagine that you have the big loop at the end, that's what you're trying to do. And this was a very short piece of yarn. To show you how to take it off, you move one piece to the center so that the other side has a little bit more give, and you can just pull that right off. And you have a very, very small skein. And yes, I do like to stick things in my mouth when I don't have enough hands to hold everything. But that's okay. I know where that's been. And voila, you have a skein. Now, yes, I need to actually oil or wax my ends a little bit more to help them stay together a little bit better. But that is one of the things that can sometimes happen with the traveling Niddy Noddy. At this point, the other way you can do it is also to just hold the yarn in your hand as you get started. And by the way, this is a prime example of why you do not actually try to knit from the skein, because it does get tangled as you're going. Rather tangled. Very, very tangled. Frustratingly tangled, and that is actually pretty strong yarn. Yeah. So, away we go with a different trial. Okay, making sure that it's actually firmly together. So again, the way I normally do it actually is to just grab it with the hand that's holding the Niddy Noddy, because slip knots are a little bit fussy. And at this point I have a much larger amount of yarn to go through, so I'm going to show you the motions a little bit more this time. Up and down and around and up and down and around and up and down and around. Yep. And occasionally you will go through and wrap it very close to the center. As long as you get those little pieces back over fairly soon, you usually have more than enough give. And kind of slowing down a little to make it a little bit easier to see the movement. And essentially with the Niddy Noddy, if you imagine yourself making a big loop, bracing it over the ends of one and looping the other side, the other ends around the other piece, that's essentially what you're creating as you're using the Niddy Noddy. And there you go.